The last jeepney ride. In a quiet barangay, there was a jeepney known only to those who caught it past midnight. It had no route sign, no plate number, just dim, flickering lights and the faint smell of sampaguita. One night, Mark, a college student heading home late, saw the jeepney idling by the curb. The driver, wearing dark shades, nodded silently. Mark hopped in, too tired to care. He noticed something strange. The other passengers were completely silent, pale, staring forward. No one blinked. He tried to ask the woman beside him where the jeep was headed. She didn't respond until she slowly turned her head and whispered without moving her lips, "You shouldn't be here." Suddenly, the jeepney turned off the main road into a dark, unpaved trail lined with thick trees. Mark panicked. He called out, but the driver remained quiet. He banged on the metal bars. The driver finally spoke. "You already paid with your presence." The jeepney came to a stop. The passengers vanished. The door opened to nothing but thick fog. Mark was never seen again. Some say if you're alone past midnight and a jeepney with no signage stops for you, don't get in, because it's not taking you home, it's taking you back. The third footstep. A college student stayed at her aunt's house during semester break. The house was old, the kind where the floorboards creaked even when no one was walking. One night, while studying late, she heard footsteps on the wooden floor. Her aunt and cousin were already asleep, and the hallway was pitch dark. She got up and called out, "Tita!" No answer. She slowly opened her door and peered into the hallway. No one. But the footsteps, they were still there. Step, step, step. Except this time, there were 3 sets of steps. Hers, her cousin's, and one that didn't belong to anyone alive. The next morning, her aunt told her, "Don't mind the 3rd footstep, Anak. That's just the old owner. He still checks the rooms every night." The drafting room that drew itself. At a university in Manila, there was a drafting room in the old architecture building that no one liked staying in past midnight. But during thesis season, Rico, a 5th-year student, had no choice. He was behind. One night around 2 a.m., he was alone. Just him, his pens, and his plate. The room was quiet, too quiet. Then he heard a faint scratching, not from outside, from the next drafting table. But no one was there. Curious, he walked over and saw something that made him freeze. A floor plan was slowly appearing on the blank vellum, drawn perfectly, line by line. He looked closer and realized it was his own design. But it wasn't the version he was working on. It was exactly what he had envisioned in his dreams weeks ago, but never drew. Suddenly the lights flickered. The pencil rolled off the table. He backed away. And that's when he saw it. A reflection in the glass cabinet. A girl in a school uniform sketching behind him. He turned around. No one. He never stayed past 11 p.m. again. But strangely, his professors said that the final plate was his best work. The vanishing path. In a remote town, there's a trail between rice terraces called Dalan Tiawan, the path that disappears. Locals say you must never walk it after sunset. But Ella, a city architecture intern doing fieldwork, didn't believe in such things. One evening, she stayed too late measuring a rice granary. Her guide warned her, "If you hear someone call your name, don't answer. Just keep walking." She laughed it off, until the sun dipped and fog rolled in fast. She started down the path, alone. After 5 minutes, "Ella." It was a voice behind her, a child's voice. She turned, nothing. Then ahead, she saw the same rice granary she just came from. She was going in circles. "Ella." This time it was closer, breathing, right behind her ear. She ran. The fog grew thicker. Her phone stopped working. The compass spun wildly. She whispered to herself, "Don't answer. Don't look. Don't answer." Finally, a flicker of firelight appeared. Locals with torches had been searching for her. They said she'd been gone for 2 days. Her last photo, found on her phone, showed her smiling. beside a child with no eyes.